Hello again. This is Bridget with TaylorMade Film Company coming back at you. And today I am here because, guys, we have been getting so many questions. Dozens of people have reached out to us asking us, was Invest Fest 2022 worth it? Of course, they're coming to us because they know that we're impartial. We're always going to keep it real. We were in the house. And today we are going to tell you if it was worth it. But before I jump into it, guys, let me tell you this, just a really small disclaimer. We are not affiliated with EYL, Earn Your Leisure, InvestFest, or any of the organizations that was responsible for InvestFest 2022. These are our own opinions, and that is what I am about to share with you. So let's jump right into it. Was it worth it? Okay, guys, I'm going to give you 3 points, okay? From a vendor perspective, from an individual who was just attending perspective, and then our overall opinion from being there in the room where it happened, as they say, right? Okay, let's start out with the vendors because a lot of people would like to make money. And of course, InvestFest 2022 is all about teaching people how to make money. And there were a lot of vendors there, guys. From my understanding, their vendor spaces were sold out. Just so you know, while we were there, we interviewed over 100 people. That was everyone from speakers to vendors to people that was just individuals there attending, okay? When we spoke with vendors and we asked them whether or not it was worth it for them, this is what they told us. It was a 3-day event for vendors. On Fridays, they had to come and get set up. And on Saturdays and Sundays, they were able to sell their merchandise. And Sunday evening, Sunday night, they had to break down. On their very first day there, they were excited, right? Because they had previously heard just build it and they would come. Just bring your product and set up and you will sell out. That's what they were told from the previous year. People travel from all over the world, guys. This just wasn't a local event. We talked to literally people from all over the world, and they came. A lot of people had to fly in. They had to pay for air travel. Some people had to drive in, gasoline, hotel, food costs for their crew, etc. That's not to mention their products that they were selling. The first day they got there, they got set up. Just the loading and unloading was chaotic. They were threatening to tow people cars because they weren't doing a really good job communicating on how they should actually unload and get set up. Another issue was parking. They were unclear whether park. Some vendors told us that they had to pay more than $100 per day to park, even though they were previously told that that was included in their vendor booth packet, right? Also, electricity, power for those that needed power in their booths. They were told that that was included. When they got there, they had to pay separate fee, hundreds of dollars to a third-party vendor just to have power in their booth. That was some of the gripes with the vendors. Another major complaint, guys, was all of their products and merch didn't sell, especially those selling apparel. Their thoughts was the competition was too stiff. Who's the competition, you may ask? First and foremost, guys, to Earn Your Leisure dudes, they had a really big booth. They were selling their products left and right. Wall Street Trapper, Long Line, Support Black Colleges, household name, Long Line. But all of those shops that I just mentioned, they were on premium rows. So you had to pay extra money to be on the main row. They had limited spaces and they were the headliners. Their products sold out. All of the other vendors in the same category, they went home with practically all of the merch that they came with. They were bartering and begging people to purchase and they just weren't with it. The only people that seemed to be successful were those selling food products, okay? That's the vendors. We're going to move on. Moving on to the individuals who attended. For the individuals who attended, everyone overall seemed to just be excited to be there. Just to be there with like-minded people. Everyone was on cloud nine. Just to be able to seated headliners, Steve Harvey, all of those people were awesome. One of the guys that really seemed to really surprise us was actually Dan Cathy. For those of you guys who don't know, he's the CEO of Chick-fil-A. Guys, let me tell you the difference, and people can feel the love. This guy walked around to the vendor space saying hello, looking at people's products, no security, and perhaps he was the richest guy in the room, but you never would have been able to tell. Absolutely no security. Some of the other speakers, they had security. Some of the ones that's just making it in the industry had security. They never came by to say hi. They never came out to support. And the vendors felt it, right? They felt like, okay, we're here. They didn't show us any love. And we paid like thousands of dollars to be in the room to be here, right? But from an individual perspective, they were pretty happy. One of the individual issues that seemed to be at the forefront was when they had the headliner speaking. So for instance, your Tyler Perry's and your Steve Harvey's, individuals had to wait out in the lobby until they were ready to have them come in and be seated. When they opened up the doors, guys, it was like a cattle call. People were pushing. We had a couple of people come by and talk to us. They had been trampled. They couldn't even go back in because they had been hurt because people just were literally pushing through the doors trying to get in to get a seat, right? And that's understandable. It was over 12,000 people, but going forward, that'll be organized a little bit better, hopefully, where people can be safe while getting this knowledge. Another thing is the individuals who were there for the first time, who was new to the financial industry and trying to invest, they were happy because they felt like they got so much for their money. They got a lot of bang for their buck, if you will, right? They're new, they don't know anything, and just hearing it, they were able to absorb it. For the more seasoned veterans, who's already in the financial industry, they didn't really get a lot of it because a lot of this information is free on YouTube, right? So if it's free on YouTube, they're like, well, I knew that I really wasn't going to get a lot out of it, but just for the networking alone, I think that was super fantastic. So I got that out of it. I don't really feel like I gained a lot, but just being around these people, I think it's going to motivate me to get to the next level. Okay, so just to actually summarize and to wrap it up, was it worth it? This last point number 3. We absolutely think it was worth it just to see all of the black and brown faces who's trying to do so much in life to make it to the next level. If you attended this event and you came in unsure, you definitely left motivated, guys. There's no reason for you to not make it, to not be successful, because you see so many people doing it. We even have a series called the TaylorMade Spotlight that's part of TaylorMade Film Company, and which is one of the reasons why we were there. We were there to showcase black and brown businesses and just to get the information out about the resources that's available to our people. For that purpose, absolutely, it was necessary. And also, guys, we have a 3-part series out here on YouTube that's actually summarizing all of those interviews. Guys, we spoke with some of the headliners Neo Davis. We spoke to Aristotle and some of the others, and you'll be able to catch those interviews on our YouTube channel here. We'll leave the links in the description below. But overall, was it worth it? From an individual, absolutely. Those looking to be motivated, absolutely. Vendors, maybe not so much so, but maybe they'll get this cleaned up where it'll be comfortable for everyone involved. Would we do it again? The verdict is still out on that. We'll let you decide. For those of you that attended, be sure to drop your comments below to let us know whether or not you think it was worth it. For those of you that didn't attend this year but think you may next year, also come in and tell us what you would like to see them actually add. And perhaps all together collectively, we can share this with the people in charge and they'll make a difference next time. Until next time, I am Bridget with TaylorMade Film Company. Guys, we always appreciate you guys. Stay safe. Be sure to subscribe and follow, and we will talk soon. Bye now.